for more sparkling fun from celebrated children's animator Michael Sporn from Family Home Entertainment.
Oh, yes.
Filled with breathtaking animation and original music, these delightful videos provide wonderful viewing for everyone.
Tell me another story.
First comes the story of the Dancing Frog, the tale of a creature whose leaps and bounds bring fame and fortune. This whimsical fable received the Parents' Choice Gold Award for 1990. Then it's The Red Shoes, another Parents' Choice Award-winning video.
Look! Shoes worn by famous dancers.
This modern-day version of a classic story brings a message of love, family, and friendship to all. There's more enchantment with the Marzipan Pig.
It's here, Mum.
The tale of a candy creature whose sweetness inhabits a lovesick owl, a curious bee, and a weary flower.
Shall I dance for you?
And share the magic of the Little Match Girl.
I'm heading for Times Square to sell these matches.
A heartwarming story about a very special child.
She is special, isn't she?
So watch for the best on video with the Dancing Frog, the Red Shoes, the Marzipan Pig, and the Little Match Girl. 4 dazzling tales from award-winning producer Michael Sporn. Collect them all on video cassette from Family Home Entertainment.
Tonight's New Year's, right? So, let me tell you a story that happened right in this town one New Year's Eve. The year was 1999. The place, a subway station. Once it was a station like any other, but it had been years since the trains last stopped there. It was during the time when the city's poor had begun to lose their homes to the big developers. Taking with them only what they could carry, they began to settle in the most unlikely places. Angela's family, and many others like them, were drawn to the ruins of the 18th Street station. And by the time our story begins, they considered it their home. It was late afternoon. Angela's mother and father were preparing the bundle of matches that their daughter would have to sell if the family was to have enough money to see them through the weekend.
Dad says his boss wants him back at work soon, so you won't have to do this much longer.
There was a blizzard predicted for that night, and Angela's mother wrung her hands, hating to send her little girl out into the bitter cold.
Don't worry, she'll be okay.
I'll be okay. I'll sell a lot of matches, too. Don't worry, I'm going out into the city in the bitter cold, and I'm a little girl, but don't worry.
Every night, Angela stood at Times Square and sold her matches to the theater crowd. Normally, she didn't mind this, but for some reason, while walking uptown this night, she felt sad and tired.
Boy, I'm tired. Maybe I'll sit down a while.
So she thought she'd rest a moment on a bench at Madison Square Park and wait for the feeling to pass. She was so lost in her own thoughts that she didn't notice someone who'd crept up very close to her.
Ooh, look at you. What a funny face you have. Oh, I didn't mean that in a bad way. You have face. You don't seem to belong to anybody. Oh, and you look as though your name might be Albert. Would you like to walk with me away? I'm heading for Times Square to sell these matches.
Company makes a journey brighter, your troubles much lighter too. Company brings you smiles and laughter, the hours go faster too. I've come this way so many times that I was feeling blue, but now the world is new again, and all because of you. Company makes the sunshine brighter, your heart feels lighter too. Food tastes yummier, jokes seem funnier, the list is endless, but we'll never be friendless. That's because we're company, me and you.
Soon it was time for Angela to get to work. So they hurried to Times Square, where people were already arriving in large crowds.
Matches for sale. Matches. Get your red hot matches.
Most people sailed right by the two as if they were invisible.
Matches. Matches. Hey, matches for sale. Get your red hot matches here. Matches for sale. Matches. Get your red hot matches here. Matches. Well, business is bad tonight. Let's get out of this cold.
At 8 o'clock, the crowd drifted into the theaters, and Angela and Albert retreated to a deserted, rubble-strewn lot off a side street to get out of the wind.
Ooh, it's cold. You've got to keep me warm, Albert.
She and Albert hugged each other for warmth, but they only succeeded in making a larger mass of shivering.
Wait! I've got an idea. I really shouldn't use up the merchandise. Should I?
Angela struck a match, and there was a great blaze of light. Then, standing beside her, was a radiant young woman whose hair was a blizzard of frizzy ringlets.
Auntie!
Hiya, Pooch. Angie, what you up to?
Angela was astonished to recognize her favorite aunt, who had died not long ago.
Oh my gosh, can you... aren't you... Are you a ghost?
Hiya, sweetie. I'm afraid I'm running a bit late as usual. We'll have to rush if we want to make it to that bash uptown. Goodness, what are you doing in a dump like this? Let's get out of here. It doesn't feel too safe, if you know what I mean. Hang on to the sleeve, hon.
She grabbed onto the woman's coat sleeve, only to find it sliding out of her hands. Her aunt was lifting off the ground as easily as if she were a soap bubble. Angela hung onto the hem with one hand and swooped up Albert with the other. Albert clung to the hem of Angela's coat with his teeth.
Hang on, Albert.
The three of them, connected in this way, flew above Times Square. And then north, with a twinkling city below to guide them. They landed just a few feet before a crystal palace ablaze with lights.
New York Botanical Garden Gala New Year's Eve benefit for the homeless.
Angie's aunt fished for her invitation. And soon the three of them were inside the reception hall. Let me tell you, there was enough food in that room to feed a small country. Mountains of fruit, tons of meat, lobsters, shrimp, miles of pastries. Angela was stunned by the sight of so many good things to eat. As she was filling her plate, the man on line in front of her, who was already a bit tipsy, was complaining to his wife.
Yeah. Personally, I'm getting tired of all this hoo-ha about the homeless. Besides, those people are saving a fortune on rent. They're probably all rich by now.
Have some punch, honey. It'll warm you up. But don't drink it too fast. Don't want you getting into trouble.
They funny.
An orchestra started up, and the crowd pressed towards it. But Angela and Albert drifted in the opposite direction, toward the cathedral-like room next door where all the plants were kept.
Who's there?
It's only Angela and Albert. Who are you? And where are you?
Right here to your left. The monkey puzzle tree. Got you stumped, huh?
Albert, a tree is talking to us.
And why not? When you're special, all kinds of strange things happen to you.
Oh, I'm not special. I'm just...
Wrong, 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 wrong. She is special, isn't she?
Yeah, sure. You look special. Yeah, of course.
You all talk.
Of course we do. Say, Angela, would you mind opening that door a crack? We hardly ever get to hear music in this museum.
Museum? But isn't this your home? Aren't you happy here?
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I'm from the Malaysian rainforest where there was plenty of room to stretch. These guys are always in my branches.
Oh, if I can only get back to Venezuela.
I miss the sound of birds singing.
And the feel of snakes slithering up and down my bark.
Ay, if I can only go back to Venezuela.
Hey, this band is great. I can't stand rooted here a minute more. Gotta dance.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then the two of them were in the dark.
What? What happened, Albert? How did we get back here?
And shivering once again in the rubble-strewn lot near Times Square.
Oh boy, it's cold. Should I light another match?
Then, from the street, they heard the sound of a saxophone. Angela recognized it at once as the playing of her favorite street musician.
Louis!
Hey, kid, Happy New Year. What are you doing down here? All the action is at Central Park. I got a geek there. You want to come along? It's going to be fantastic. Come on, you can bring your pal, the Aardvark.
Let's go.
See, kid, I'm gonna play inside that tent. They've got lobster and caviar and stuff there. It costs a fortune. But out here, you get the best part. You can listen for free, get some hot chocolate, and even ice skate if you want to. So you sit tight out here and have a good time. I've got to get to work.
Okay, Louis, thanks. It's gonna be fun.
Louis left Angela and Albert at the skating rink just outside the tent and promised to try to sneak them in later that evening. Already richly dressed people were making their way toward the entrance. Angela watched as a homeless man tried to engage the attention of one such couple. They would have nothing to do with him. They didn't even wait to hear his story. They didn't want to be bothered and sailed past with their noses held high. Before entering the tent, they caught the gaze of Angela, and suddenly, they seemed not at all confident of their behavior. Let me tell you, when those two were on skates, no one could touch them. I mean, they were sensational. They could have gone on forever. The sight of the fireworks at midnight brought them to a standstill. And when the show was over,
In the dark again.
they were, of course, back near Times Square, shivering as before.
So cold. Albert, I've got to light one more match.
A light snow had begun to fall. Angela lit a third match and was surprised to see her old grandmother's face appear in the light.
Grandma.
Goodness, child. What are you doing out on a night like this? Let's get you home.
Angela protested that she must first sell her supply of matches, but the old woman seemed not to hear. As she grabbed Angela's hand, a great tornado-like gust sent the three of them, grandmother, girl, and dog, hurtling downtown. The wind and the whirling stopped abruptly at the corner of Union Square. In front of an old tenement building, a fourth-story window was brightly lit. A party was going on inside. It was a building that was no longer occupied, but Angela knew it well. It was her old home. Through the lit window, she could see her whole family as they were only a few years before. There were her parents, her favorite aunt, her grandmother, and herself as a baby.
Still
But suddenly, they were all gone. And now Angela could make out only unfamiliar shapes through the window of the building. Homeless people squatting in its cold ruins. Now she could see well-dressed men, and she could tell from their booming voices that they were real estate developers come to view their newly purchased property. And then the old building vanished entirely. And in its place was a sparkling new tower with hundreds of terraces. In one of its fourth-story apartments, a city councilman was throwing a New Year's Eve party. His small son, looking rather glum, preferred to be alone on the terrace, away from the adults. He was leaning on the railing, wishing his parents' friends would go home, when he caught sight of Angela and Albert on the sidewalk below. They were playing catch with snowballs and apparently having a riotous time by themselves. The boy watched them for a long moment. Slowly, his glumness left him, and without even knowing it, he began to smile. Snowflakes the size of snowballs started falling from the sky as the weather got worse.
Really bad. Get out of here.
Walking became impossible, and every step that Angela and Albert took required enormous strength. For every distance they progressed, the wind seemed to send them backwards 3 times as far. At some point during the middle of the night, there was a great howling. Early the next morning, on New Year's Day, there was a crowd at one corner of Union Square. The people were staring at a bluish-skinned little girl who lay still in the snow on the ground. A dog sat at her side. Among those in the crowd were the tipsy man at the garden party where the plants had danced for Angela, the couple who sailed past the homeless man in Central Park, and the little boy on the terrace. As they stood there, it seemed to them, though they could not say how, that they had seen Angela before. They felt connected to her in a mysterious way.
Daddy, we have to help her.
I'm afraid there's nothing we can do now.
But you're a city councilman. You can do anything.
Well, not anything, son.
But you'll have to.
It wasn't a vision. It was Albert. He was really there.
Albert, where am I?
Her eyes were open, and there was a crowd of people cheering.
Angela,
Angela? Angela, baby, are you all right? I was so worried.
Hi, Mom, Dad. Sure, I'm okay. How are you?
So the first day of the new age had a joyful beginning in Union Square. Those who had seen Angela wanted to know who she was, where she came from. When they learned that she lived in what used to be the 18th Street Station, they went laden with gifts of blankets and food for her and her family, and for the others who called the place home. The city councilman promised his son that he would use his power to help the city's homeless. And it was a promise that he kept. It was indeed a day full of promise.